Hi everyone, welcome to Thursday where we take a look at share in review. Today we're going to take a look at Goodman Property Trust as a request that's come in from somebody. So we will go and do that and see how that performance has been. Like normal though, this is for educational purposes only. It's the methodology that I use when I'm looking at investing into shares. If you're looking for personal financial advice for that, obviously you do need to go and have a chat to your own financial advisor. Right, let's take a look here on the screen. And the first thing that jumps out at me is we've had 2 consecutive weeks in a row where the share has actually closed lower than where it opened for the beginning of the week. For me, that's an immediate knockout for a share, and I wouldn't be normally reviewing it any further. However, I'm just not sure about the share anyway. It's looking like it's potentially in a bit of a sideways pattern. It tends to sort of hit that $2.27 mark, and then the lows have been sort of forming at around this line here, which has been around that $1.96 mark. However, there's been a couple of times, and obviously more recently, you can see here, which was April this year, we actually had a close of $1.85. So for me, what that's saying is the highs are getting lower, the lows are getting lower. So that is potentially a share that is in a downtrend. But just for confirmation's sake, let's put a 200 period moving average on and just see what that says. And that to me confirms, as you can see here, the share is trading below that 200 week moving average. So because of that very reason, to me, that is confirmation that this particular share is in a downtrend. For me, I'm not into shorting stocks, so I would only be wanting to see shares that are actually increasing, not decreasing like this particular one. Let's just change this moving average and just see what our normal 30 period says. So it is trading above that 30-week moving average, but only just. Let's also put on the 15 period moving average, just so we can see what's happening there. Right, if you look here, the blue line, which is my 15-week exponential moving average, it is trading ever so slightly below the 30-week. It hasn't yet crossed, and for me, it would definitely need to be crossing to the upside if this was something that I would want to consider. But it's not, because it appears to be in a longer term downward trending pattern. So you definitely need to watch this share and just see what happens. You can see with the D's underneath, that indicates the dividends and when they were paid out. So pretty much Goodman Property Trust pays out a dividend regularly every quarter. Now, I've spoken about this before. I do not invest into shares solely for their dividends, and this is a really good example for that. The share has been in a decline, and even though it is paying out regular dividends, those dividends may not necessarily make up for the loss in the share value fall. So that's something that I definitely need to consider and take into account. I want to be trading shares that are performing, they are trending up, and if they are paying a dividend, then that's obviously a bonus. I certainly don't invest into shares just solely for their dividends, simply because a share can keep declining for a long time. In fact, if I put this on all, so this is immediately taking this to a monthly chart, so each candle represents a month. Goodman Property looks like it had a high in about August 2021, and that was at $2.61. So we're obviously about 60 cents off that particular high, and that's why I would not want to be going into a share just for the dividends, because you do need to have potential growth in the particular share. Let's go and have a look at the 1 year chart. That actually brings it out to a daily. And you can see by looking at this, there are a lot of red candles. Every now and again, we get a green candle interdispersed, but there is a lot more red candles than green. And that, as simple as it sounds, is something that I certainly take note of when I'm evaluating a share. Are there more green candles than red? Because if there are, highly likely then the share is going to be in a potential uptrend. Let's pop it on over the 5 years. Now, we'll also do a comparison for the S&P NZSX50, so the main board, and just see how that is. And you can see here by this red line at the top that the New Zealand main board is trading well above Goodman Property Trust. So again, that would be an absolute knockout for me. It's not an area that I would want to invest into. So I haven't really got too much more to say on Goodman Property Trust. It isn't something that I would want to be investing into at this stage. Keep an eye on it, maybe look for other opportunities, but tread with caution is basically what I'm trying to say. But hey, just remember, if there is a share that you would like me to review, by all means, pop it in the comments. Happy to help. And if there's anything you'd like to learn about share trading as well, again, reach out, pop it in the comments, and we can certainly create some videos on that for you. So until next week, take care.